It is difficult to understand a man if one has no idea of his past, his lineage and his family history. If one is to delve into history, it can often be seen how the mistakes of past generations repeat themselves in current lives. From the beginning of time, the desires of man led constantly and consistently to his downfall. There are many desires of man that can cause his destruction, but the two most common ones are wealth and woman, especially if they are gained and attained through incorrect means. This is a story of two brothers growing up in the melting pot of Fietas during the 80s and going on to lead lives that would change the course of history. A story of the older brother's desire for wealth, woman and fame, and how his destiny was changed due to it. A story of the younger brother's love for Deen and how his destiny was enhanced because of it. A story of their families, past and present, and how the secrets, mistakes, and lies of yesterday have a tendency of altering today and destroying tomorrow. Sayyidina Ka'b ibn Malik al-Ansari radiyallahu anhu narrates that Sayyidina Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam said something to the effect, "Two hungry wolves roaming freely among sheep are less destructive to them than the desire for wealth and fame is to a person's religion." Narrated by Sunan at-Tirmidhi.
عشوة شوف العشوة عشوة فيها لمة عشوة تسعد قلبك في برنامج عشوة في برنامج عشوة لا 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 في خير الليالي جلستنا محلاها تجمعنا المحبة في الله الأخوة غيمتنا التواصل وامطاره لقياكم وازهاره ضحكاتكم في الأوقات الحلوة غيمتنا.
It is a cold, dark winter's night in what was once the central pulse of the city of Johannesburg, the area lovingly known unofficially as Fietas. An old man eases himself into his armchair after supper and picks up the newspaper, intending to read the day's happenings. He is just getting comfortable when his 13-year-old grandson enters the room.
Nana, can you believe the holidays are almost over?
Yes, but it's still a few weeks before your parents will be back from the trip.
I'm really missing them, but it's been great having you take care of me while they're gone. Nana, can you teach me how to light the fire?
I certainly can, Yaya, but shouldn't you be getting ready for bed? I'm sure your mother wouldn't want you staying up till so late, especially now that school is starting again.
Nana, it's still the holidays for a few more days. Mommy says I can stay up way past my bedtime when there's no school, as long as I go back to sleep after Fajr and don't annoy you.
You could never annoy me, my boy. Now, why don't you pass me that lighter on the side so that I can show you how this is done?
Yo, this is going to be super cool. Wow, now that's proper fire. Nana, when Mommy was small, did you also used to light fire in the lounge?
We certainly did, Yahya, but in those days it was called the sitting room.
Sitting room? That's funny. Nana, tell me about those days when Mommy was growing up.
Does my Aisha not speak about her childhood then?
You know Mommy, she's so busy working, she barely has time for stories.
I'm sure she'll tell you one day, but for now, why don't I start off with the story of Fietas?
Yes, please, Nana.
All right then, get comfortable, because this is a long story. Right? So where do I start?
Maybe at the beginning, when you first came to Fietas.
Good idea, my boy. Let me just light my pipe. So when I was a young man, I was brought up on a farm in the Natal Midlands. I was the youngest of many sons who all worked on the farm. And shortly after I got married to my first cousin, both my elderly parents passed away. May Allah grant them Jannah, inshallah.
I didn't know that you grew up on a farm, Nana. That must have been awesome.
It was lots of hard work, but good times too. But farm life wasn't for me. I just wanted to come to the big city, even though I had never left the farm my entire life, except to go buy livestock from the neighboring farmsteads. My older brothers were worried about me, but they knew I was different to them. So I left home with your nanny and we came to the city of gold to seek our fortune. Johannesburg was always a bustling city, and for a farm boy like me, it was a shock to my system when the train arrived in town. Fatima and I were all struck by the sheer number of people, more than either of us had ever seen in our lives, and the sights, sounds and smells of the city. Fortunately, my marhum eldest brother had arranged for us a distant cousin to pick us up and take us to an area not too far from the train station.
Wow, Nana. Sounds so exciting. I can just imagine how fascinated you and Nani must have been by the big city. So what happened then?
Well, we ended up here in Fietas on our first stop, and we've been here ever since. We found a tiny flat. It didn't even have a separate lounge, as you say. It was just one room and a tiny area sectioned off for a kitchen and a bathroom on the opposite side. But your nanny and I were content. As time passed, I found a job working in a fabric shop and I managed to work my way up. The owner was Mr. Patel. He had no children, so when he retired after a couple of years, he gave me the shop.
That was lucky for you, Nana. Mommy always says you were involved in politics. Tell me about that.
Now that's a whole other story, my boy. When I first came to Fietas, I had absolutely no knowledge about the political situation in the country. I mean, what would a farm boy like me, who had only attended primary school, even know? Of course, I knew about apartheid since we lived under its laws. But I had no idea that there was an entire underground movement that was trying to change all of that. Shortly after I arrived here, a young man by the name of Gani came to buy some material from the shop, and I was instructed to serve him. We were around the same age, both newly married and starting off families and lives of our own. Ashraf was a dynamic character, and people couldn't help but being drawn to him. He was part of the movement trying to stop the Group Areas Act from evicting the non-whites from Fietas, and he became a good friend of mine. Ashraf taught me a lot of things about the situation in the country and the oppressive regime we were living under.
And then what, Nana?
That yawn was big enough to swallow me up. How about we continue the story tomorrow? Yahya, I think it's time you hit the sack.
A few streets away from the home of Ali Baba, a man dressed in a white kurta and turban pulls up outside the door of an old but well-kept house in his ancient, battered Ford. He jumps out of the car and spends almost 5 full minutes undoing all the locks and bolts on his front door before he enters his home.
Hassan, is that you?
Of course it's me. Even Houdini would have trouble breaking in here with the amount of locks and keys we have. Gee, it's me, Mariam. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. I thought I heard you talking to someone.
No, just myself.
Oh no. Hassan, when did you start talking to yourself? At this rate, you'll have to get admitted to the mental hospital.
Haha, very funny. No, I was just contemplating out loud why we have so many locks when we barely have anything worth stealing.
Come on. You yourself said that Fietas has become so dangerous. It's nothing like what it was when we were growing up.
Yeah, I know we need the security, but sometimes just getting into the house is such an effort. We have to place our trust in Allah and remember to read Ayatul Kursi. Anyway, is supper ready? I have a meeting with the Masjid committee after Isha tonight.
It is. Come and sit down. I'll dish out. How was the first day back at Maktab after the June holidays? The class must have been empty with most of the private school kids still on holiday.
It was quiet. The kids who didn't go away were there, and of course the public school lot are back.
It must have been so entertaining seeing all the smallies back again after their break.
Yeah, but you know how it is. Some of them cling on to their mothers and howl, and some just don't know how to sit still.
Luckily, you're the principal now, so you don't have to spend all your time getting them settled in. You know, I still wish that we had children of our own. We really should have tried the fertility treatment when we were younger.
With whose money? You know we didn't have the funds. Maryam, we must always accept the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah knows who to give children to, who will have a house full of girls and who will have a house full of boys. And some are blessed to have both. And then some, like us, will never know the joy of having children. But Allah in His infinite wisdom has given us so many other things to make shukr for, like the companionship we have and contentment with each other. Besides, you know we could never have afforded fertility treatment all those years ago.
You're right. We do have so much to be grateful for. But sometimes I regret not going to your brother Farouk for a loan. At least then, even if we didn't end up having children, we would have known that we tried.
Maybe in those years he would have been willing to borrow us some money. But we've hardly spoken for the past 10 years. I don't even know what type of person he is anymore.
Oh well, we have to at least be grateful for your nephew Aman. Alhamdulillah.
Across town, in the heart of the city centre, Farouk Gani is leaving his huge corporate building to head back home after a long and tiring day. His driver Mike sits in the front seat of his Mercedes-Benz, while Farouk makes himself comfortable in the back. He puts his head against the backrest and closes his eyes.
Yeah, good day at the office, boss.
Not too bad, Mike.
You sound tired, boss. Shall I take you home?
Yes, I don't have the energy for the gym this evening.
Hey, should I get that, boss?
Just when I thought I'd get a moment's peace. Don't worry, Mike. I'll get it. It's Rubina. She's supposed to give me an update on the document that was supposed to be sent through today from China. Hello, Rubina?
Salams, Mr. Gani. You said to call when the documents from Lumen come through.
Yes. Have they emailed you?
Yes, but there seems to be some sort of a problem.
Problem? What problem?
The company said that there will be a tariff increase on the goods dispatched after August.
It's only June, and we've processed these orders months ago.
I know, sir, but it appears that they have misplaced the order sheet, so now they want us to start a new order from scratch. And because it will only be processed in 6 weeks' time, there's a 15% increase on the goods.
What? This is ridiculous. I can't believe a company of their magnitude is so incompetent.
Yes, sir, but if we don't place the order again, the consignment won't get here in time for us to dispatch our orders.
But our profit margin will be much smaller then. Cancel the order, Rubina.
I can't do that. Sir, some of our customers have already paid up front for the goods.
Fine then. Reprocess the order. But in future, Rubina, make sure we never deal with this company again.
On the very same cold winter's night, within the walls of Farouk Gani's exclusive mansion, situated just above the hills of Houghton, his family sitting down for supper without him.
Your father is late as usual. But for once, I see the rest of you are all here for supper. To what do I owe this pleasure?
You're so funny, Mummy. Of course we're all here. School isn't started yet, so where else would we be?
Eating out as usual, Zaidan. Or in your rooms. Acting like you never heard me calling you. All to the supper table.
It's not such a big deal, Mom. It's just supper.
Meal times are family bonding times, Nazia. It's the only times in the day we have to catch up with what's going on in everyone's lives. Especially now that you're all well into your teens and leading lives of your own.
I'm already way past my teens. Can't I just eat in my room?
Of course not. Then we'll never see you.
Well, I for one am glad that I'm here for this delicious leg roast. Definitely Mummy's speciality.
Me too, Bilal. I'm actually kind of tired of eating out all the time. It's like naring.
So where's Dad?
Well, I thought he'd be here by now. He did say he'd be home in time for supper. But when I tried calling him, his line was busy.
Working late again?
Of course, Bilal. You know what a workaholic your father is. Oh, I forgot the veg in the oven.
Must I fetch it, Mummy?
No, Jareer. Don't stress. I'll go.
Salma leaves the dining room to go to the kitchen while the kids continue to chat.
Maybe Daddy's never here because he's leading a double life and we don't even know about it. You know, like those super rich guys in books.
Get real, Zidane. You read way too many thrillers. Besides, Daddy's too addicted to his work to have anything exciting like that going on.
Yeah, that's what you think, Nazia. But did you guys know that Daddy actually had a bit of a wild past?
You mean the time he spent in Cape Town before he married Mom and came back here?
Yes, I heard he was something of a player.
Duh, Bilal. That was so long ago. I doubt he's leading a double life now. Anytime we try to get hold of him, he's always at the office.
You never know, Nazia. Maybe that's just his excuse.
Don't be so suspicious, guys.
Maybe Daddy even has a secret family that we know nothing about. A house in another city, maybe. A wife and children stashed away somewhere.
Salma has just re-entered the dining room and catches the tail end of her children's conversation. She is astounded at the thought of Farouk having a secret life that she knows nothing about. She drops the platter of vegetables in shock, and as it falls to the ground, it shatters, bits and pieces of glass and food flying everywhere.
What? What did you say, Zaidan?
We're excited to announce that the Radio Islam app is available on Android as well as the iOS platform. Download it today. Access seamless streaming, salah times, recipes and all other features available for free from Radio Islam International.